just cover it with a new floor. And on the floor is not one single person, not one single item, we from now to do it.
Mosaic
So
on
what
the
you
floor
see,
of
the
church of
neutral landscape of the
multiplication.
lake side.
Lord Jesus around this
Storms,
area
the dark, the plant.
performing the
But when we look
miracle
good, something
of
is strange. We don't have those animals in Israel. The
feeding the
duck and the
5,000
stork.
people.
The plant does not grow in Israel. It is called lotus. And then the tower, the scale, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, is a nilometer with which they measure the Nile River to know how to open the dams and irrigate. Why do we have here Egyptian motifs? The whole idea of monasteries and monks came from Egypt to Middle East, then to Greece, and then to Europe. But the Egyptians are the ones who started it. And the Bible tells so much of Caphaernaum and of the synagogue, especially in the Gospel of Mark. And the synagogue is here. You may ask me, it looks like a temple. And did somebody visit Rome?
Yes.
Did you visit the Titus Victory Arch?
Yes.
In the inside you can see how the Romans carried.
Caphaernaum there.
Look to the synagogue.
The synagogue
Now we
in
have a good day,
Caphaernaum.
sometimes here, 45 degrees.
Part of the synagogue, which is really a place of healing, just outside the main synagogue.
And probably the family still lives
The
here.
house of
And they
Peter.
buy the place and make a church. The wood fill up with air.
And below this is actually the original house
Look the
of
shape
Peter.
of the waves. And if the church is a boat floating on the waves, and then the fish.
Galilee behind the window. It's just vineyards upon vineyards up here. There's more vineyards, and definitely there are olives here being planted, but just vineyards. And so apparently they've been winning gold awards because the wine tastes being grown under volcanic ashes. This minefields.
Take in consider, might be very cold outside. We are 1,001.
Just to name a few. A host of activities awaits the whole family at this site, including tractor tours in the fields. There are many vineyards in the valley as well, providing grapes to the Golan winery in Kutzrin.
Kinitra Valley.
The winery has earned international fame for their fine wines, and a visit there is well worth the experience.
Yan na on top of the
You can
Golan
also
house.
see a complex of white buildings in the valley. This is the main base of UNDOF, the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force. Their role is to monitor the disengagement agreement signed between Israel and Syria after the Yom Kippur War in 1974. The only border passage between Israel and Syria is located close to this base. It serves mainly for passage for Druze residents of the Golan and UN soldiers. To the left of the camp and beyond the cultivated fields, the ruins of the town of Kenetra can be seen. The Circassians who settled there during the Ottoman Empire in the 19th century turned Kenetra into a major town in this region. From the establishment of Syria as an independent state in 1946 until 1967, Kenetra served as the central military base for the Syrian. The Israeli army climbed the Golan, and after 2 days of courageous and bitter fighting, captured the region. After the war and the Syrians' rejection of the Israeli peace proposal, Israel began to settle the Golan. The original members of Kibbutz Maron Golan, the first Israeli community on the Golan, settled around the outskirts of Kenetra. In 1972, the kibbutz was moved to its present location on the western side of the hill behind you. This region faced another military challenge in 1973 during the Yom Kippur War, when the Syrian army launched a surprise attack on Israel and invaded into the Golan. Only a small number of Israeli troops were there to face the onslaught of the Syrian army and its tanks. But they fought hard and bravely and were able to stop the Syrian invasion. When the Israeli reserve forces joined the battle, the Syrian army was pushed completely out of the Golan. In a later counterattack, the Israeli army occupied further territories deep inside Syria, 20 kilometers from the border. After the war, Israel and Syria signed a disengagement agreement, and Israel pulled back from the territories occupied in the Yom Kippur War. As a good thing,
It's just a rocket, but very strategic. Monument for the Valley of the Tears. Israel army had
And ahead we enter now one of the
we can see the town is called Massa,
Can you see here the new building on our left with a flag on the top?
but now
That is what I meant. The flag by now broke by the wind.
after the 16th war.
Those flags are to call the spirits of the ancestors. Ancestors come and bless the house.
Which one?
The flags. Look at how many there are.
Oh,
See the flag now very nice on the left.
that's their flag. Put a
And then the houses of the town, you can see the ruins all around here. So, some place here is the place where Peter recognized Jesus as the Messiah. Again, you can see some abandoned churches to the right. That's the border. If it was Israel, other side of that fence, then we cultivate, we plant trees. When nothing, it means no Israel.
inside one of the ruins here, and this is the entrance with really old trees. Yeah.
Separate the merchandise of one caravan from another one. And if you need a bigger space, you move curtains. More far, more near, but it is not only for the merchandise, for the people too. People have to stay here until a caravan has enough people to go to their destination. If it is Jerusalem, easy to find enough people.
This place is huge.
Very strong group of fortifications or bridges. But in the Middle Ages, in Europe, they wanted to make churches which are so high, people have the feeling heaven is with them inside the house of God. Roman art could not serve for it, so they invented
So this time, 11th
under
century.
their places.
Still an acre on top of the fortress. That's the Mediterranean. You're always in my video.
Right.
We're
Continent.
now entering
And
the
that is
city
because
of
the
Jaffa,
Mediterranean
the
separates
largest
three
city in
continents.
English.
Asia, where we are now, Europe, and Africa. All are around the Mediterranean. Today Shabbat, otherwise the whole road was one big traffic jam of trucks going and coming from the port. But on the Shabbat, no traffic, no train, almost no buses. Israeli El Al flight company does not fly. Few lines of buses only go. Buses.
Oh, remember seeing that building from the air. It's Shabbat, so there's hardly any traffic here today.
We will arrive the German colony. The Persians killed Elbab in Iran, and the other two, Bahula and his son Abdel Baha. Surely. Bahula and Abdel Baha were prisoners in Akko, and then young Abdel Baha died in the prison.
And here is the German colony, you can tell, with the red roof.
We will go to the very top of Mount Carmel, from where we have a beautiful view of around the traffic circle, so you can take the pictures, and then we will drive to the top of the mountain.
That's a good
Is the
shot
place where the Bible
Bahia.
tells us the prophet Elijah
of Haifa, and this is the city of Haifa just down below, and we are just about to visit the Bahia Gardens. It's so beautiful. And you can see the building there that is similar to Dubai. Wow, look at this garden. It's so beautiful. It goes down. This is the Bahia Gardens. Mediterranean Sea there. Just gorgeous garden. Well manicured.
Fantastic marble. That's what he said.
Yeah, I think something like
It's
that.
crazy.
I think those stand on the marble.
Oh, stand on it.
Or stand on the marble. You can take a photo.
Everything else will be out of focus.
Hang on a minute. Now we'll just go into
What
3,009 photos. Good to go.
Yeah, that's what.